Hi everyone, my name is Chrys. For this video, I'm going to discuss 30 Seconds Before and explain, why a prequel, why I decided to write a prequel. Now, 30 Seconds Before is the prequel to 30 Seconds. 30 Seconds is a romantic suspense novella about a woman who gets stuck in the middle of a war between a deadly mob and a police force. There is romance between her and an officer, the one who actually gets her all in this mess. And there's a lot of suspense because this mob is after both of them. There is shootouts, there's car chases, there's almost everything you could possibly think of happens in this story. And, after I published 30 Seconds, and I published it in 2014, I had no desire to write any more with these characters, to not continue the story with a sequel, and I never even thought of writing a prequel, because when I started 30 Seconds, that was the story. It started right when it started. But, I heard from some readers saying that, they would be interested in really finding out what happened just before 30 Seconds starts, and exactly how Blake got in this predicament that he was in, where he was undercover in the mob, and, he was busted, like he was found out. And, some readers wanted to find out exactly what happened, how he made it into the mob in the first place, undercover, and what happened to where the mob and the mob boss found out that he was actually not one of them at all. So after a while, I decided to write that story. And I did. I published it in 2016, I believe. It's hard for me to remember sometimes. I believe it was 2016. And the story is completely in Blake's perspective. It was a lot of fun writing a story solely in a male's perspective. I actually have a lot more fun writing in a man's point of view than a woman's point of view. I don't know why, it's a lot more fun, and it's a little easier for me too. Maybe because, actually I have no idea, I can't even explain, but the entire story is in his point of view. We follow him from the very moment in the beginning when there is a shootout and 10 police officers are killed at once, just on the street. A whole group, shoots them and they all die. And Blake comes to that scene as a police officer to help them and to find the people responsible. And he finds out right there that it was the mob. And it was the mob boss named Red who ordered all of those officers to be killed like that. And it's that moment when he knows he needs to do something to stop these people, to stop Red. And that is why he volunteers to go undercover, risk his life, to bring down these men, to stop them, because their mission is in fact to take out all the police officers in Cleveland. And that's not acceptable, especially to Blake. He does not want to lose any other sisters or brothers in uniform. And that is why he dedicates himself to that task. And we find out right in the beginning, we read that scene and we follow him as he, makes his way into the mob and proves to the other mobsters that he is one of them. And we see what they have him do to prove that. And the end of the story actually ends right where 30 Seconds begins. And, I had fun writing it. It was actually a lot of fun going back and writing a story that takes place before another story and leads right into it. So we get all of the background that is hinted at and sort of explained in 30 Seconds. And we get all of that in 30 Seconds Before. And I named it that because, well, It's before 30 seconds. 30 seconds before. Thank you so much for watching.